Happy New Year from Fantasy Island. As you can see, we're getting ready for the countdown. We'll stop and say hi to Lindbergh. All right, so we're going to check up on our countdown clock. So for Nova Scotia, Canada, we have 7 hours, 11 minutes, and 32 seconds before we hit January the 1st, New Year's Eve day. So right now, we're just going to have a quick trip around the island, see if we have any chores that we have to do. Oh yes, we have a pumpkin patch we got to pick. We'll quickly pick those. This morning they had for sale the Happy New Year hat. So the hat I bought from Tom Nook for 500 bells. Also, we got a free light stick and some poppers from Isabel and Tom Nook. And I can't carry any more pumpkins, so I'm going to have to run back and sell these before I can finish what I'm doing here. Oh, and today also we have Clay that is packing up and leaving. So we'll stop in and see him for a minute. So tomorrow I have to start off the day by hunting for a new villager. So today's a mild day on the island. We're +2 here in Nova Scotia as well. Uh, the weather is so unpredictable lately. Usually, sometimes by now, we'd be under about 4 feet of snow. But in the last several years, we've actually had a green Christmas where we've had little or very little snow or no snow at all on Christmas Day. So I guess we're a product of climate change as well as many other places in the world. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing for us. Us Maritimers, we're kind of climatized to having a couple of months of cold weather, and then we get to enjoy spring and summer and a beautiful fall. But like everywhere else, if that's the case, we're going to have to adapt and get on with things. So now you have to water if you want to harvest 3 pumpkins for every stalk. You have to water for your crops every day. And if you water your crops every day, then you will have 3 pumpkins on the stalks. If you only water it 2 days, you get 2 stalks. And if you water it 1 day, well, you only get the 1 pumpkin on the stalk. Okay? So I figured, well, if you're going to grow pumpkins, you might as well get the benefit from them. Okay, this is Clay's house, which will be a vacant lot tomorrow morning. Oh, there he is. He's all packed up. We'll just talk to him for a few minutes. Anyway, I'm sad to see him go. He's only been on my island for about 2 months. Agnes has been on my island for about 9 months, ever since I started playing. The rest of the villagers have been on the island between 2 and 6 months, so I was quite surprised to see that it was Clay that was leaving. I thought one of the other long-termers would leave, but that's not the case. All right, now I noticed in my inventory I had some manila clams, so I think I'll make some bait and get ready to try and catch that stringfish later on this evening. Oh, I don't want that. There we go. So basically, to craft bait, you have to dig up the manila clam, go to your drafting table, and find the recipe and build it. Now, there's two modes of work here. Regular work is you just let them go, and if you want them to go faster, you hit A, and the recipe is created a lot faster. All right. One more left. Okay, we're going to put this in storage because we're going to go and we still have to do the snorkeling for the day. So we put that in storage. Put the big snowflake. We got a gift there for Blue Bear if we see her. And I got this hand and coat from one of the villagers, and I'm not quite sure what it looks like. So, ooh, nice little coat. But I like my vest for today, so I'll wear my puffy vest. And then I'll put my coat in storage for another day. There we go. So that's a cleanup of my pockets. Therefore, I have now more room for inventory to pick up and more room to go. So here I dropped on the ground so I don't sell them. My light stick and my party poopers. Poppers, not poopers, poppers. Shame on me. All right, so there's Isabel and here's Tom Nook. So they're not... they're ready to start the celebrations. Okay, let's go check and see if Blue Bear's home. I really want to get rid of that present before I go snorkeling, because if I'm going to put on my wetsuit and go in the water, I want to make it worth my while. So I'll get rid of anything from my pockets that I can. Oh, yep, she's home. When you see the curtains open like that, that means they're home. Okay, there she is. There we go. Okay, here's a present for her. I got all the ladies, all my lady villagers, a milkmaid dress. She's going to put it on here and you can see how nice it looks. There we go. This here is a record album by KK Skylar. I had an extra one, so I gifted her one of them. And he comes every Saturday night, and if you go and talk with him, he'll ask you for after 6 o'clock at night. He'll ask you if you want to hear a tune, and he will play a tune, and then he'll give you a record. So it's and his music's not that bad. So once I get his record, I go and upload it on the jukebox. Whenever you run by it, you can hear it playing. I think he's got a little bit of jazz on there now. Anyway, I think it's a neat feature. And I got another jukebox, but I'm going to put it on display in the summer months because I'll sort of have an outdoor area where people or villagers can get together and jam or whatever. All right then. So I guess we'll just run to the store and sell those pumpkins, and then we're off snorkeling. Again, if you're going to be a long-term player or play for a couple of years, you might want to gather the New Year's hats because they had the year on them. But it's interesting how some games you stick to and some games that you play for a year or two and then move on to something different. So, but you will always have this in your game case, and when your children get older, they can look back and see what mom did or dad did, or you can look back too and say, "Oh yes, that's what I was doing. That's the game I was playing in 2020." All right. Now everything's gone. Our pockets are pretty clean. We're going snorkeling. We only got a few critters, sea critters there yesterday, but we're hoping to get a king crab today and maybe a snow white crab, or a snow crab, not snow white, but a snow crab, and we'll take it from there. I like to make room for about 30 items, and that gives me a good value for the 15 or 20 minutes that I'm going to be spending in the water. There's the 5 o'clock bell ringing. There we go. Since COVID-19 has started, we have been maintaining our bubbles here in Nova Scotia since last year. So we intend to have a quiet night inside, and my bubble's very small, just me and my son. And we're hopeful that in about 5 or 6 months we'll have a lot more freedom and we can get out and do things that we enjoy doing. So I have other family in the area, but I'm very careful when I go visit them. I don't want to I don't want to get anybody sick, or I don't want to get sick. So the visits are few far between, only when I know that everybody hasn't been traveling outside the province or in a COVID area. So we're staying pretty safe and we're being very, very careful. So New Year's Eve will be with probably Animal Crossing on the countdown. Normally we watch the live one, New York Live, but I think I'm gonna do this one this year. And the town will probably have fireworks because it's a nice evening here. But, people will watch from the cars. They won't get outside their cars or anything like that. So far, nothing interesting, just the regular common sea critters, but we're hopeful. Looks like this guy's a bit of a mover. Might be a crab. Nope. We got Pascal coming to take our crab and our scallop and leave us maybe a pearl. He always has a word of wisdom. Some you can understand, some you just shake your head at and say, okay, let's see what he give me. Oh, I got my other pearl. I like to get a pearl. At the beginning, I used to get recipes to make mermaid furniture, but since I have all the recipes, 9 out of 10 times I get a pearl, and then I get the odd tiara or dress, eh? If I have a special resident, one that I really like, and she's got the personality of a younger girl, I will give her a mermaid dress or give her a tiara. I think I had Kit Kat. I give her a tiara, and yeah, she was a girly girl. Now you see this fence here? You can't swim outside this fence. First time I went swimming, and I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping that I could swim to another island and do snorkeling there, but they put boundaries up, the game boundaries up, so you can only swim out to sea so far. Oh, we got a fast mover on our hands. All right, we're going to sneak up on him. Ooh, this might be a big crab, or maybe a lobster. Okay, we got to do some sneaking here. Oh my God! One day I chased one of these critters for about 10 minutes before I caught him. There we go. It was the sea pig. Oh, what we got? Got the red king crab. Yeah, he's quite a specimen. So that was one of the ones we thought we'd like to get today. So now we can get the snow crab. That'd be a good haul. There's three things I like to get when I go snorkeling. Of course, first is my pearl. And then second, any of the high value fish. The crabs, the lobster, the sea pig. Oh, that's a cute little critter, the sea pig, but very, very fast. And what else? Oh, the Venus. Oh, what we got here? Oh, we got the snow crab, our lucky day. Yay! We got both the snow crab and we got the king crab. Now let's see if maybe we can bring in a lobster. Octopuses are quite common. I find sometimes that closer to the reefs you can get lobster. Another common item is a sea star. Those are the least critters that if I get something on, and I've filled up my pockets, and if I get something a little bit more high value than them, I will discard them and keep the more valuable critter. As you can see, the sea anemone is like having a sea bass, a sea plus. You get lots of them. Oh, we got a shrimp. Shrimps are medium. They're not common, but you get a fair amount. You get 3 or 4 every time you go snorkeling. Oh, it looks like another sea anemone. Oh, cucumber. And then we got the slug. Yeah. You'll get a few slugs, 2 or 3 slugs every time you go snorkeling. This guy's a fast mover. Got another snow crab, so that's nice. 2 snow crabs and a red king crab. I say we're doing pretty good this trip out. How many spots have we got left in my pocket? Oh, we're down to 10 spots left, so we can only hold 10 more critters. Oh, we got a fast mover here. If any luck, it might be a lobster. Okay, now we'll do the sneak attack. When you're doing the sneak attack, you gotta try to get ahead a little bit on the bubbles. But they change directions at all times. There, we got him. Wow, 3 snow crabs. Wowzers. I don't know if they're leaving today, like tomorrow's the 1st of January, so usually the December bugs and critters and fish will be leaving, and we get the January ones in. And I haven't seen any Nintendo clips saying what's what, so I'll keep my eye open and see if I can finish off my critter encyclopedia before the end of January. I find the second day of the new month are the best day to catch any new fish or bugs or critters that are out. So I always try to keep a little bit of bait around for the first of the month. But it took me about 5 days to get the string fish. That was probably the hardest fish I ever had to fish. It just wouldn't show up. Doesn't look like we're going to find any lobster today. There's some bubbles. Oh, another fast-moving bubble. Oh, a Venus flower. Oh, those are hard to get to, and they're very expensive. You'll get a lot of, I think you'll get over 10,000 bells for a Venus flower. I've never ever, we don't, Venus flower is not native to our Atlantic waters here, so a lot of these fish and stuff, we had to look up the history of them and to see which country or which seas or ocean they come from, so it's quite an education. Okay, what we got left here? Okay, we got 2 spots left. And then our snorkeling is done for the evening. Sometimes if I'm really bored, and sometimes I'll do 2 snorkelings, but normally it's just one. And when you get close to the fish, they disappear. But what we got here? Oh, back. So we'll just let that go. We got lots of good fish there today, or critters. You can come ashore anywhere that on the island where you have access to walk. If it's just rock or reef, you can't come ashore in those places. Okay, let's see what our haul was today. I never sell my pearls because if you build something, it's worth more. Oh, 52,000 bells. Wow. Thanks to the 3 snow crab and red crab, king crab. Okay, I see there's an item. I forgot. I better sell that mussel. Okay, I think we're going to go back, load up our equipment, and we'll take a run around the island and see if we can spot any balloons. And I'll show you my snow boy I built today. Unfortunately, it wasn't a perfect one. So we'll go look at it. I think it's pretty darn close. But I think I made the head just a bit too big. They don't tell you what whether the head you made too big or too small. You really can't mess up the bottom. It only comes in one size. You just roll until it stops, until it's hard to start, and then you know you got your bottom done. So. I got some cherries to pick. So these are the two snowmen. One's a perfect snowman and one's not. So this is the perfect guy. So every morning I get a big snowflake off of him. And the first day I craft them, I got a DIY pattern. Anyway, they always have something smart to say to you. Alright, let's grab these cherries. I've seen pictures of islands that have the cherry blossom trees, and oh my god, they're just gorgeous. I found the fall colors dragged on a bit. The yellowing, the different stages of the yellow, I found it went on for about 6 weeks, and then the red lasted maybe 2 weeks. So in Maritimes here in Nova Scotia, we have probably 2 or 3 weeks of months or 5 weeks of the red color showing up. Some will show up at the end of August or some early September, and they go from the deep burgundy red down to the lighter red. So yeah, so having a short red season, I found, well, a little boring, to be honest with you. The yellow colors aren't bad, but they're definitely not as pretty as the red colors. Oh, freshwater goopy as the first one since I've been streaming that we got a goopy. They're not a very expensive fish, but they're unique looking, and I like that look about them. So they don't look much like a fish. They look like they got feathers. See if I can get a few ornaments from my trees. I can't remember if I shook them today or not. should be, you know. Yeah, we got another goldfish. There's supposed 3 or 4 different types of goldfish. Uh, oh, I got some weeds. Once your island matures and you visit daily, sometimes you find 2 leaves or weeds, or sometimes you find 1. So if you need a bunch of weeds, I just hop on a plane and go to another island, and I pick up all my weeds that I need if I'm making a special project that needs a lot of weeds, So, and here's my lily of the valley. So every week that I have 5 stars on my island, lily of the valley grows. You can't pick them, you can't do anything with them. They will, you can pick them up and move them to a place. They grow along the edge of your cliffs. So I couldn't believe it. I thought it was an error the first time I seen a lily of the valley, because, I wasn't reading anything up on it. I was just playing the game and learning by playing. And so finally they kept showing up, and so finally I hadn't seen anything on the lily valleys, and I finally looked it up, and that's when I found out that if you have a week and you have a 5-star rating for the full week, a lily of the valley shows up the next week. So I guess I've had a lot of 5-star weeks. And they're not really clear on the criteria. That's just that you have to have so many items on your island, but it doesn't say how many you have to have. It doesn't say what they have to be, but they get feedback from visitors to your island to see if it was a good experience for the visitors. I guess that's how they do it. And by visitors, I mean Flick. He comes and he buys your bugs from you, and it gives you, I think, over 50% more for your bugs, or 50%. And then you have CJ. He's an otter, and he'll buy all your fish from you, and plus he'll give you a quest to do. And then there's Sahara. She sells rugs, so she usually gives her opinion of the island. And this is what they rate your 5 stars on anyway. Okay, we got to get bait. I was supposed to work here today and get bait, but it ended up being a very busy day, so I only probably got 20 bait that we can try and catch a string fish with. There's Vladimir. He's in his military. Oops. He's in his military. He's in his military suit that I bought for him. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Butter. When you see that he calls me so many different names, every now and then, about once a week, somebody will stop you and say they need a secret word between the two of you, say. So after a while, you run out of words to say. So they can be a little funny at times. Okay, we want to sell. I can't believe we gathered that much stuff up in that little bit of time. No, we don't want to sell that. I'll show you my real villager that I have. This here is Casper. He's the real villager in this house, and hopefully he's here to stay a long, long time. He just does what he wants, and as per usual, he's the king of the castle. He comes in and sees me every now and then. All right, we're going to load up on our bait and cross our fingers that we'll get something out of the pond here. And the bank is not open today because of the New Year's countdown. So I will just drop the money here because that takes up a pouch. Excuse me. All right, let's go and grab our bait. Go through our inventory. That's where you store your bait. They have a lot of amazing things. Skull Radio, they play KK Sliders music as well. These are all the toys for Christmas that you got so that you could exchange with your villagers for Christmas Day. These are paintings I bought that were not fake, so I got nothing to do with them unless I sew them all over the island. Okay. Over here you can see I've got 1,351 items in my storage, and the max I can carry is 2,400. So every now and then I go through them and I clean it up. One thing I haven't done on the island is chop wood, because I got so much wood now. I got a lot of hardwood. This is hardwood. This is softwood. And this is the real wood. This is the one seems to take up all you need for your project. So, but when I get really low, I go to another island and I chop the trees there. And you have to be aware, if you chop a tree that's got no fruit or anything in it, chances of getting stung by a wasp is pretty good. Okay. So where is my bait? It's up around my tools. Here we are. So I got 10, 20. I should have 22 bait. Probably not enough to catch a string fish, but we'll give it a try and see what happens. So, like I said, we got 6 hours and 26 minutes before countdown for New Year's Eve here in Nova Scotia. So really the only place that you can catch a stringfish is the river that is near your waterfall. So we got this river and the one above it. So, all right, let's see what we can do here. We got 3 fishing poles, so that should be enough. Nope. Scared that one away. I didn't think he seen. I didn't think he seen the bait. Well, it's pond smell. Two for two. This could be 3 for 3. Yep, 3 for 3. There's got to be a bigger fish than that in there. Think, eh? That's big enough for a black bass, I think. I don't think it's anything other than a black bass. I don't think I ever caught a koi there. I usually get them yellow perch. Forgot about them things. Bitterling, yeah. Looks like a rainbow colored fish. Number 4. Oh, another freshwater guppy. Either a perch or a black bass. Oh, dace. Got a dace. There goes my fishing pole. That's okay, I have 2 extras. probably the black bass. Could be any of them. Black bass, pike, or string fish. Nope, got the black bass. Alright, maybe we're going to get a couple big ones here. Nope, another small one. Another crucian carp. Okay, we got 10 more bait left, and hopefully we'll get lucky here. We used 39 bait yesterday and didn't get a string fish. Number 5, smelt. I'm just going to have half a dozen here. And there's our 6th pack. My heavens, we're getting smaller. Supposed to get bigger. We want bigger shadows. Probably a bitterling, yeah. Nope. Well, I don't know if that's big enough for a string fish. Nope, it is. Yeah, a dace. Got 4 fish to go, 4 fish bait. You're not going to catch it without the bait, unless you just happen to come by here at the right time and see a big shadow. And when I have, it's always been a black bass. Seven smelts. I guess the smelts must be running. Alright, this is our last try, and I guess we're going to have to work harder to try to get a string fish. Now I know when they say they're elusive, they're air elusive. And there's nothing you can do to bring them out. So let's just by luck, I guess. There we go. Oh, so that ends our river session for fishing because I ran out of bait. I just wish I had had more time today to get more bait. We may have been lucky. What we got here? Oh, there's one sneaking up behind us. It's probably a black bass, but we got one more spot. We might as well get it. Yep, black bass. Alright, let's go sell this fish, and I haven't shot down any balloons today, so maybe we'll go and spend a few minutes looking at balloons and see what kind of treasure we can get out of a balloon today. Okay, we'll put the fishing rod away. And all these fish, I'd be lucky if I get $12,000 for all those fish. Okay. Yeah, 7,980 bells. And what do we spend? About 15-20 minutes catching those fish? So again, it's a game of patience, but I'm hopeful. Hopefully we'll get a string fish here in the next few days, so that they're really an ugly fish. Let me see if I could show you one. Okay. This is our critter encyclopedia. So that's the bugs. Here's the fish. Okay. Saddle birch. Red snapper. These are all the fish I've caught. Maya, Great Travolti, Blue Marlin, the tuna. We got the tuna last night. And there's the oarfish, a football fish, the sucker fish. Oh, the barrel-eye, that's another rare fish. The Coca-Cana, you can only catch that one in the range. Whale shark, great white shark. Where is... it must be up here at the top over here. No, it's a salmon. There's a stringfish. So it's nothing fancy to look at. It's just that it's a very rare fish. And there's a piranha. I mean, it's pretty neat pulling these things. There's your frog. There's your snapping turtle. Your soft-shelled turtle. Crawfish. Koi, I think they're available all year long. Same with the goldfish. The Rancho goldfish is very pretty. Carp, dace, Parisian, pale chub. So yeah, so it's unfortunately the worst fish, or the worst sighting of a fish I've ever saw was the stringfish. Everything else, you know, within a week you get 2 or 3 each week. But since 1st of December, I've caught three stringfish. So looks like the sun has set. Now let's check the time and see if we can look for balloons. Okay, 5:48, so the balloons spawn every 5 minutes. So at 5:49, we should see a balloon coming in. So basically, it's just a game of sitting and waiting. Actually, it looks like a good night for Celeste to come, but I don't know if she'll come on New Year's Eve or not. But we will be checking at 7 o'clock just in case. So... just waiting for the clock to change to 5:49, 5:50, In the meantime, I'll get our slingshot out. We need the slingshot to get some balloons. Okay, so it's 5:49. So slowly go up the coast here, looking at the sky to see if we can see a balloon come in. There's a big fish here. I think I'm going to get that fish. It'll take a minute for the balloon to reach the beach anyway. Red snapper's worth about 3,000. So as you can see, that one fish is almost more valuable than all those lake fish we spent the last half hour catching. I don't see a balloon on the horizon anywhere. Sometimes they're pretty high up and they don't come, can't see them till they're halfway across the island. Today's been a weird day for balloons. Probably why I haven't shot any down. Usually see them coming towards the beach. During the day till 7 o'clock they come in on this side of the beach, and from 7 o'clock till 7 the next morning they come in on the other side. Wowzers. I don't know why there's no well, we might as well get a little bit of bait while we're here. So we always have a spare on our hands. Don't want to be caught without a shovel. Check again for that balloon. Man, it's being pretty stubborn tonight. I haven't been able to figure out today where they're spawning from. I think we'll run over by the store. That's where I caught two earlier this morning. Just in case. They're very high up and you can't see them. Some days it's just like clockwork. For the balloons, you can see them coming in from the ocean and you can get in the right position to get them. And other days you can't find a balloon for the life of you. But I'm pretty sure they're supposed to spawn every day. A lot of time you can see their shadow on the snow and stuff when you're running. Well, we'll see if maybe the second one coming in we'll be able to see it. As you can see, we got three things we're looking out for right now. Well, we're probably not looking out for fish, but if a fish shows up, I'll catch it. And we're looking for clams, manila clams. And we're looking for a balloon. Let's see what time it is. Alright, 55. There should be another balloon spawning along here somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. So we'll get our pea shooter out and we'll shoot it down. There you go. Now we got a present. Let's see what's in it. A sea globe. There. Isn't that pretty? I've probably got about 5 of them, but they're nice. Alright, so we'll go look for some bait. We got about 4 more minutes before another balloon's supposed to come in. But yeah, they are quite high up. Usually they come in high and then by the time they get to the water, they're lower. Okay, what we got here? Probably another C plus because it's got a longer one. Could be an oarfish. Nope. Alright, we should be getting ourselves into... Ooh, look at that big fish off the reef there. I go after the big shells because I'm always hoping to get an oarfish. 9 out of 10 you're disappointed, but hey. On the gold balloons, you can get up to 30,000 bells sometimes. Oh, another snapper. Okay, what time is it here? 5:58, so we got about another minute before the balloon is slated to come in. There's always something you can do while you're waiting. Talk to a villager or check for a fish. clams. There, 5:59, so you should be able to see an outline of the balloon. Unfortunately, you can't see that high up. And when you look this way, you can't see very much either, so you sort of got to run up and down the coastline. So not much wind on the old island today, so that's probably why they're coming in high. Alright, so we'll get back down to the same spot. They might just be coming in on that spot. Don't see it. Honestly, everything seems to be harder today. I don't know why. Couldn't catch the string fish, but we did get snow crabs. We got the king crab. Now, the other day, every 5 minutes I was shooting down a balloon, but I can't even find a balloon today. Oh, and this morning I got my 100th gold rose. So right there you're looking at a field of 100 gold roses. So it's quite an accomplishment. Well, I think right now I'm going to go and get some supper, and we will come back around 11:30 or so, and we will do the countdown to New Year's Eve. And I don't know whether I'm going to do it on my island or I'm going to go to another island and do it from there, visiting another island. Anyway, so have a good evening, and if you're still around at midnight, we'll talk to you then. Or how should I say, depending on where you are in the world, you may have already had your New Year's Eve. Or you're going to have it later or even earlier. So right now we got 5 hours and 58 minutes. All right, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Talk to you later.